Hey everyone, Everdell here. Welcome back to the meadow. So I'm in the 4th spot, have a really interesting hand dealt to me. Monk. Bard. Harvester. Barge Toad. 2 Gatherers. Resin Refinery. And a Mine. First glance, forest locations are very interesting. We're going to have a lot of creativity with that top right position. That's 2 random resources. And the bottom left, 3 berries. So berries are a little bit less valuable this game in that sense. And then 2 great card draw abilities as well. I'm going to take a quick peek up top. We've got my favorite event, the Everdell games. Queen Judge, Tax Relief. Activate all production in your city and 3 points. Ancient Scrolls discovered. When achieved, reveal 5 cards. You may draw any or place any beneath this event. 1 point for each beneath this event, so that's up to 5. And then arrange your courthouse to make Capture of the Acorn Thieves. When achieved, place up to 2 critters from your city beneath this event. Plus 3 for each critter beneath the event. Okay, so it's my turn. I'm looking at the farm. I like the creativity there, but I'm also tempted to go for Resin Refinery with the chip sweep there. Resin would no longer really be an issue in my city, I don't think, but I really still prefer the farm. So what I'm going to do is, I think, go here and get 1 of each. Or, better yet, something like this. I'm going to go ahead and play that farm for 1 berry. Now I won't be able to get both duos out, which is a shame, but I'll be primed for next season with a wood and a resin. Very quick winter for everyone, already into springtime. I'm going to follow suit here. Get a berry for my farm. I'm looking at the teacher now, but also the harvester would be nice, but I don't feel a pressure to get a harvester played because I did miss production. That said, of course it triggers and gives me 1 random of my choice. I'm kind of looking at the lookout now, but let's see here. I have 7 cards in hand. Card draw is not that important. And just as a reminder, Ranger, Courthouse, Ruins, Historian, Queen, Judge, Everdell games. Nothing really doing so far in my hand or in the meadow for those. I think I should be going for resources here. So I think what I'm going to do is go here, and I guess I'm going to get a stone and a card. And the reason for that, I think, is because I have a Resin Refinery, the chip sweep is still in play, the storehouse is in play, the monastery is in play, all of these I should say in the meadow to play, and then I have a mine in my hand, which would be nice. I don't have a miner. So it'll be interesting what these other people play. Let's take a look at what their cities are so far. We've got a lookout and a judge, a farm and a wife, and then a courthouse. They now have a husband with the wife, so blue player takes the lead. Fine by me. I never like to lead at this point. I'm going to go ahead and play the chip sweep. I should say the Resin Refinery, with the hopes of playing the chip sweep next turn. I chose to play it from my hand because I would rather make room in my hand for something else. I'm already maxed out at 8. The chip sweep gets played. the queen is in play now. Now, the queen is a great card already, and then on top of that, it's actually paired with the judge on this special event for tax relief. Activate all production in your city and 3 points. So she's definitely appealing card. I've got 2 berries. If I was to find a space here, I could gain 3 and play her immediately. I have a feeling the berries are going to become available quickly here. So I still have 2 meeples though to place for spring. So I'm trying to think, if I get the berries for the queen, what card do I want to play then as a 3-drop, as a 3-point card? I think I probably want to go get more stone. This is tough. I think I'm going to go to the Haven and make space though. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to pick up the tougher ones here. Stone and a resin. May have misplayed that last hand going to the Haven. I think I maybe should have held on to that monk because the monastery's in play, and that would give me a lot of points through berries, but we'll see how it goes. The king is also in play, and I do have the castle. So common constructions are given an extra point with the castle. I have 2 already, so that's good. But this would require a lot more resources. I wouldn't get there until summer at the earliest on that castle. But we'll see how it goes. Now this is a tough call. I'm kind of hoping that the 3-berry spot becomes open, but I'm realizing that the queen and the king will likely get taken. So I may be waiting for the wrong play. Now at the same time, I've just discarded the monk. So the monastery is less appealing to me. And then on top of that, the storehouse would only fire 2 times. Unless I found a chip sweep to activate it. It is a common construction though, and the castle would help, so I think I'm going to actually play that. And I'm going to get 2 resin added to my storehouse. The bard picked up immediately and played just outright for 3. Alright. Orange opting to go to summer first. I see that the 2 random resource forest location option is open to me. So I likely will go there because I have a feeling the king and the queen are about to disappear, or maybe one of the 2. Either one of those would hurt me because I do have a castle and that king is attractive to me. From the castle, of course, being able to play it for free. But the queen is also appealing to me because of the tax relief. Oh, interesting. So they chose not to pick either of them. In that case, I am going to still go here. Ooh, and the judge just appeared. I think I should pick up a berry and a stone. And he takes the judge. Interesting. Alright, I'm going to play the crane. Be very surprised if the innkeeper is going to be still available. But we'll see. Orange may have different plans with their berries. Okay, we've got blue team banking the clock tower to get their historian. Well in the lead at 14 points. Let's just take a look at their city real quick. Clock tower. Farm. Chip sweep. Historian. And a combo of the husband-wife. University is played. That's really interesting. Well, I'm going to go ahead and play the Innkeeper, because I think that's just a great value card to pick up for free, or not for free, but for 1 berry, to save me 3 berries in the future. Chip Sweep and the Wood Carver are out. Chip Sweep would be nice to pick up. It's a 2-pointer and would allow me to trigger a production in my city. In this case, I would probably trigger the storehouse. Still with the husband-wife duo in my hand and then a castle in my hand. I have a crane, so I am actually 2 resin and 1 wood away from, 2 resin and 2 wood away from playing the castle. Still. The Wood Carver is less attractive to me because I don't have any wood to cash in for points, and even if I did, I probably wouldn't do it because I want to get this castle. Now, I'm still in spring. All of them are still in summer. So unless they play the king or the chip sweep, they won't just be picking it up, is what I'm saying. So that's good. Dungeon gets played by orange. Gonna opt in for the wood to add to my storehouse. Okay, I am going to go to next season because I would like to take the king and ooh, this is tough. Maybe the shopkeeper. Immediately the theater is snatched up by Squirrel Red team, which is a bot. Let's take a look at their city real quick. They're in the lead. Lookout, Resin Refinery, Judge, Bard, and then the theater. I'm definitely not at risk for getting fooled, I don't think, if anyone has it in their hand. There are a lot of other cards still to be drawn and played. We're kind of early, but I'm a little surprised we haven't seen a fool yet in the meadow. But I don't think I'm at risk for it because I'm in a sort of distant third place right now. Both berry spots taken up immediately. So now I'm looking at this general store a lot. I like that card. I think I'm going to go here and take a stone and a berry. Scratch that. I'll take 2 stone. General store is still in play. I was just given a farm. Well, that'll actually come in handy because I may want to play another prosperity card and gatherer if I can find another husband. I have 4 production cards, so I'm also going to think about maybe getting that basic event soon. Let's see. We've got this guy, which is the squirrel is clearly going for the Everdell games. Oh, Harvest Festival was just plucked up by blue. Good on them. Yep. I'm 1 away from this monument, city monument, but I don't want to necessarily go out of order for that. I think I'll continue with my plan, though, and do the general store. I gained 2 berries from that, which is nice, and I chose not to use my crane, if you noticed, because I'm going to save that for my castle. I also need to think about the king. He gives me 1 bonus point for each basic event achieved and 2 for each special event. Okay, so we've got the storehouse, the woodcarver played by the blue player, and I'm kind of surprised by that play. I don't quite get that play, but they are in the lead with 21 points. I think they cashed in some wood there for points. So now this is interesting. I think what I want to do is I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go ahead and just take 3 wood and a card. Oh, that's a great card. The school is an excellent card to combo with all these general or common critters that I'm getting. And I'm going to add probably 2 more common critters. So that would be worth 2 plus 2, and then 2 more would be worth almost 6 points with this 1 card. Now I think the next play is going to be playing the city monument card. Or I should say, playing the shopkeeper for a 3rd scroll, so that I could pick up the city monument basic event. The castle and the king are not super important to me to play right now because I actually plan on using this to pay for it. And so I think what I should do is probably play another farm here. Unless something juicy comes up in the meadow, I think I probably need to go for playing a farm. That way I have production firing and I'm able to use it to get another common critter in play for free. Well, we shall see what happens here. So pretty far off, and I have nothing in my hand that would really be unique there. So special events are sort of deprioritized for me right now. I am in last place though, so I need to play catch up here a little bit, close the gap heading into autumn. I don't like being down in autumn 10 points. So I think what I'm going to do is, with the hopes of something clearing the field here, I'm going to just go ahead and play my shopkeeper with my general store. Nice. Red goes to autumn. Oh, I've been given the fool to play, but it has not been played to my city. That's interesting. It could come in very handy. Blue. Let's take a look at blue. They do not have any defense so far in their city against a fool. So that would be a very annoying thing for them to have to deal with. The university and dungeon basically makes orange player completely immune to the fool and actually benefit from the fool. So I will definitely not be targeting them for that. They're also in 3rd place. So it looks like I'm going to play the fool to blue in time. But let's see what happens here. Well, I like this card. Oh. I'm going to undo that because I made a mistake. I'm going to pick up the city monument while it's open. And just claim that 3 points. I want to do that before I discard my innkeeper for something or trade my innkeeper for something. So that was a good catch. I kind of realized that at the last moment I was getting rid of my 3rd scroll card after playing shopkeeper. Barge Toad gets played by blue for free, opening up another dungeon card. That's interesting. It's not a common construction, though. So I'm less interested in that card right now. I think the card that I would like to play is probably another farm and a harvester before I go to autumn, because that'll fire them before production fires moving into autumn, so I'll get twice the resources from those cards. General Store is played. We have a historian now in the meadow. Always love that card. I think it's a little too late for me to play because ultimately I'm probably only going to play another 6 or so cards, and card draw hasn't been an issue for me at all this game. So I'm going to go ahead and play the farm, and I am going to use the innkeeper to make space, and I'm going to cancel this. I think I did this wrong order again. So I'm actually going to go delve and get some resin. Oh, that spot is taken. I don't prefer... And I'm going to play it on blue. So he's probably going to be a little bummed about that, but he's got to see that coming since he's the leader before AI. I'm usually not too worried about AI opponents. They're usually easy to beat. We've got blue. Let's see how they react. Okay, they go to autumn. They fire production. They're going to get a lot of berries and trade some wood for points and gain wood. So they're in a good spot. Blue is looking really strong here. I like their city build, but it'll be interesting to see because I am... and orange as well are both behind him in terms of timing. So we're going to get probably a little bit of an easier late game with him not in it. But we'll see how that goes for him. He has 9 wood. It's amazing. 0 stone and 0 resin, 1 berry. He likely will try to pick up the dungeon and use it. So there's an interesting play that I could make, which is like taking it from him or figuring out a way to siphon through the meadow with the Undertaker or the Cemetery, which I haven't seen them in play yet, but I think that dungeon is now giving him ideas. So he just chose to go for a stone. And let's see what else he's doing. He's deliberating, figuring out how to fire production for his liking. I think I probably misplayed that full, maybe a turn or 2 or 3 too early, because it'll give him lots of time to operate and change strategies here. Yep, 2 stone. I'm gonna opt in for a resin so that I can play my farm before I go to season. Yep. He's really going for the dungeon. Now I'm tempted here to actually just use my crane to get a dungeon. Take it from him. It would be the second dungeon in the game. The only thing I could think of is maybe he has a university that he is in his hand that he's also thinking about playing, but I think I need to make a change in my plan away from the castle to go for that dungeon. I still think I'm going to be able to play the castle late game because I have the resources. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to use my crane. Maybe a wrong call, but we'll see. I like having the protection and maybe being able to use it for something else as well in autumn. Orange player getting time checked here. Let's take a look at his city. University, clock tower, farm, dungeon, judge, courthouse. Very strong city. Lots of uniques, but not a ton of synergy between them. to say nothing of my city, which is definitely struggling. I would like to, at this point, play a farm, and I'm going to choose to play it from the meadow. I'm going to skip playing that for now. Postal Pigeon is played. There's another castle on the field, so that's going to be very, very attractive to some players here. So this is one of the risks I took with playing my dungeon and playing my fool to the blue player, is that now there's a castle that I can't really pick up anytime soon. And so likely what's going to happen is orange player is going to take it. I don't quite think that the blue player can get there in time because he's going to need 1 stone and 2 resin, and orange just needs 1 resin. Oh, he's going to ruin it, though. Okay, but he goes for wood and stone. So, still missing on the resin part. I don't think he has a crane. No, he doesn't. So this will be interesting, what happens here with the castle. Very low scoring game, I have to say. To hit Autumn with 18 points for orange and 25 points or 22 points or so for blue when they entered. It's a low scoring game here. I think we're all struggling a little bit to find synergy between some of our cards here. So I'm going to go ahead and play for free the Harvester. And I'm going to opt in for a stone. Gaining a berry from my shopkeeper. And also gaining the random stone, or the random resource which I chose to make a stone from the Harvester himself. Now I'd like to keep the dungeon open, my dungeon open, because I do not have a ranger. If a ranger appears, I will gladly take him to my city, but I only have 1 spot in my dungeon. And so I'm kind of using that as a way of protecting myself from a fool. Blue is probably a little sour that I took the dungeon from him and also fooled him. And so I think what's likely to happen is that if he has a fool, he will play it to me. So what I need to do is have a dungeon that has an open spot until and unless I really need to use it. To just protect myself from that fool, be able to use the potential spot to put him in there. Still looking to use my castle. Look at that. 9 points. Amazing. 5 points for the king is 14. Just from those 2 cards alone. Kind of breaking late, as I like to do, where I am having a very long summer and priming myself for hopefully having a great comeback in autumn, coming from behind. I am still in 3rd place, but only barely. The other card that I have is a Gatherer that I like. I probably will play this card either way, but I don't think I want to necessarily play it unless I see a husband come in. But I certainly have the berries to play some critter cards here, thanks to my shopkeeper, who gives me 1 berry for every critter I play. Not a lot of special events, so that's another thing too, is no one has played a special event yet. I have to think we're getting close here. We're getting very close from red to get it. And very close from blue to get it. very close from orange to get it. So they're each essentially 1 or 2 away from it. I am 3 away from it. But the prosperity cards won't be an issue for me to get there. But I don't have... I'm actually 5 cards away from it. I'm sorry. I have no paw print cards in my city. And I have no traveler cards in my city. So I don't think I can get there, but it would be nice if I could have a little more diversity in my city. I just don't think that I can do it in time. That's a huge card. The Doctor. He's going to cash in for some great points there. I'm going to go ahead and play a second wife. Gain a berry. And hopefully there's something that happens. I've now got a school that I probably just need to play. Ooh, that's a great card. Architect. 32 points. Orange coming for behind. Absolutely incredible. Now I'm tempted to play the Woodcarver for free. And I'm going to choose to actually opt in and just give those 3 points away to keep it tight. And he plays the Fool not to me. Who does he play it to? He plays it to Orange. Now that's only going to help Orange. Because Orange has the university, so he will reform the Fool instead, or he will imprison the Fool. So he's covered there. I saw Blue just picked up the first special event. Good on them. 3 events. That's really impressive. He might even get a 4th. But he only has 29 points. This is so interesting. His city is really... Oh, he's choosing to... draw 5 or put 5 beneath it. I'm just glad he can't put cards from his city beneath it. He's drawing cards. I believe this is the one, the Courthouse Ranger, that would be his way out. Now he doesn't have either of those cards, thankfully. There is a courthouse in play. I think it's... Nope, I'm sorry, I misspoke. There's a judge in play. Oh, here it is, Courthouse Orange. So he does not have a ranger, although he could play one for free if it appears. So we're both on the hunt for a ranger. I think I'm ready to go to Autumn. I will finally come back to Autumn with quite a bit to fire for production here. I think I'm going to opt in for a stone. So I get the smorgasbord here. I'm also going to trigger a production. Oh my goodness, look at me, 11 berries. That's insane. I think I just want to actually trigger my storehouse again. And I'm going to get 2 resin again. Woodcarver. I don't believe I'm able to trigger that. Oop. Why is this not triggering? Here we go. I can click that now. I think I want to do a wood. 7 points. I love it. Common constructions and common critters. That's the way to do it. I think I need to be playing for wood. But let's go ahead and just grab these resources before I make a decision on the meadow here. Chip Sweep is played. That's a great card. Definitely thought about that. The Castle is played by Blue. Well played. They may have a king. Let me take a look at their city now. They're at 14. One more spot for them to play. I think I'm okay here, but we'll see how it comes along. I'm definitely breaking late. This would be a 5-pointer. This would be a 9-pointer, so that's 14. And then my third card here would be another 7. That's 21 points. Brings me to 48. Maybe 49 or 50 with synergy. I have lots of berries here. And I do have the ability to get rid of... I'm going to finally play this castle. I'm going to skip that for now and save it. As you know, it's very interesting. No Evertree has been discovered yet. Very interesting. No... Oh, there's the first Wanderer. I also haven't seen anything of the Rangers. So there must have been discarded. The Evertrees and the Rangers must have been discarded. Or they're being held by hands and people are working toward them. Orange may very well have an Evertree. It's got 5 stone, which is phenomenal. I don't think I've ever seen that much stone before. And he has a crane as well, so he may be gearing up here for an Evertree. He also has a fool in his city that he can use for ammo, for resource reduction cost, and a judge and a courthouse. This guy is set for some great synergy. I think orange is probably more dangerous than blue at this point. I can't see blue squeezing out too many more points in its city. 1 spot, 3 events, great showing overall. I think what I need to do is think about playing... Oh, both fools have been played though, so that's interesting actually. There are only 2 fools, so I'm probably overly worried about getting fooled here. I could probably use my... school. Which I think I'm going to do, and I'm going to use my dungeon, and I'm going to get rid of this 1-point card for 3 less. Great. I now take 2nd place. I have the king to play. I have a courthouse that I would love to play. Now the courthouse is unique. The farm may be the smarter play, and the common critter I could gain 2, but he's 2 wood for each farm, which would be a ton of wood, but I don't really need the wood too much. I have 5 meeples to chase down resources, and he is only worth 1 point, so I think with only 3 spots left in my city, 2 after the king, I really think that I need to be probably playing cards that are worth more points, 2-point cards minimum. I don't think that I have this win in the bag. This will be very interesting. I could also go here and discard cards so that I could start doing a better job of discarding cards, but the only spot here is actually this one. So I could do that as many times as I want, but that would only get me 10 more points if I did that 5 times, assuming I had the cards. Oh, we've got a ranger played by orange. The first ranger, well played. I'm going to play my king and figure out what's next step. For free, Oh, there it is. The Evertree. Now this is the game changer, and I think, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get this. And the reason for it is I am totally tapped for resources, and I've already used my dungeon. So, lesson learned. I probably broke too early on the dungeon and on the Fool, and I really think that set me back so that I couldn't get this Evertree. Because I know I mentioned that just a minute ago. I was thinking, I was like, we haven't seen one yet, and the discard pile just got shuffled, so someone probably discarded. Tocado can basically buy this now by discarding the Fool in its own city with the dungeon, or by using the Crane. So he's probably got this game in the bag, but we'll see. Evertree would be amazing for me to pick up, but I just don't think it's going to be there at all. I think what I need to do is focus on drawing cards, playing cards at least worth 2, and discarding any cards for points. He's really taking his time, and he decides to play the Queen. Interesting. Is there any card I can do that would allow me to draw cards from the meadow, but not play them? I don't think so. I think what I need to do... This is really tough. The Ruins was also picked up and used. A critter construction from the meadow for 3 fewer. This would get me cheaper. Maybe I should go for that. So I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to cancel this. I think I should play the Barge Toad. No, that takes a spot in my city. So I'll take 3 wood. Oh, and I get the Crane. I love it. $55 points. Blue team is leading. Let's see what he does. I've got a Crane. So I need to get a stone to play the Crane. Moment of truth. Well played. Picks up the Everdell game. I wasn't paying attention to that anymore, but that's a great pickup. So I think what I need to do is go here and draw a stone. I'll draw 2 stones because I know that I can use them, and then I'll play the Crane, and then I'll play the Evertree, and I think I may be able to get the Evertree, actually. Oh, interesting. The Cemetery was... The Undertaker was played, and the Evertree was not discarded. Now, that was an AI bot, but that's definitely a miss on their part. All right, Blue has shut the door at 55. The game ends now. They win, but Orange is going to have something to say about it for sure, as I am. I'd also love if a husband showed up. A husband would be great because I could pair him with this gatherer with the wife on the free spot. So we'll see how that goes, but taking a look at Orange Team City. There are more harvesters in the game that haven't been played. There's at least 1. I think maybe exactly 1. So we'll see what happens here. Oh, I didn't understand that. Okay. he has actually used his dungeon twice. So his fool is in his city, and he can use it probably with the university. Yes, that's what he's going to do. But he plays the fairgrounds. It's very interesting play call. So he's at 55, and I'm going to play the crane. And then it's pass turn back to blue. I don't know. He has... Oh, he does have one meeple. Okay. I thought he had played... He just had played the... I thought he had played his university spot, but I think he actually ended up playing maybe from the queen, but it's strange to me that the queen is still up for grabs, so I'm not quite sure what happened there. It's going to come down to the wire, guys. I've got one spot in my city left. If I discard the crane to play the Evertree, I will still have one spot. But we'll see what happens here. This is an absolute nail-biter. I am at 48 points. Second place is at 53. First place, 55. I have 3 meeples left. This is not over yet. And he is going to win, most likely. He's just discarded the Fool and another card, and he's made room in his city. 12. He's going to keep the game going. Good on him. 60 points. But let's see. I don't have... I'm not out of this yet. I've got the perfect... Wow. The Queen, which is already played by Orange. I'm actually going to probably sneak a win here. That's an amazing top draw into the meadow for the Queen. From my Evertree, it'll be a free play. That'll get me to 62 points. Absolutely incredible comeback. Absolute nail-biter. I don't even need the Evertree to play it. I have 11 berries. This is fascinating, but let's see what they have to play. I mean, they've got some options, I am sure, in their city to play. And he has a university. Well, he has no meeples, so he's got resources to spend and cards to play in his hand. He's probably not done yet. He's probably got at least 2 buildings to play in some combination, and then maybe another critter that triggers from the free building. So I need to keep pushing here. It is not over. He may come to 66 points by the end of this, actually. Plays the school for 2 common critters. Okay, he's at 64. I'm going to play the Queen for free. And I get the Wanderer. Look at that. Now he's got a judge, I think. No, he does not. He has a courthouse. But he does... Oh, he does have a judge. So he likely will play the Wanderer and take that 1 point from me. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. He may not notice it or see it. Likely he's going to get that, though, with the judge. Allow him to trade a berry and another resource for the Wanderer. It would be such a great pickup for me. Oh, he plays the Innkeeper. So that's a misplay. That's a true misplay. He wasn't paying attention to the board. He was paying attention to his hand. I'm going to get 3 cards and 1 point. And I'm going to still have 3 meeples left, which is pretty incredible. Now this monk, if I could somehow play the monk, it would allow me to give 2 berries to an opponent for 4 points. I am still down 1 point from the leader. But I have no spots in my city left. One thing I could do is look for a ruins, but the ruins again takes up a spot in my city. The only thing that I could do would be the husband. If I could find the husband, I could play him and pair him with the wife for an additional 5 points. There's 3 points bonus from the harvester or the wife, and then there's 2 from the husband. So it would be just like this pairing next to it. 7 points. So I'm looking essentially for that card or discarding cards in order to get points. So it's really going to depend on what happens here. Okay. Oh, wow. So he's going to discard all 5 and he's going to get 68. Okay. Well played. I'm going to... go here and get 2 points and see what he does. So I'm going to play the chapel. I'm going to undo that. I'm going to play the... I'm not quite sure what. I suppose these two. I don't have space in my city, so I just want to play those 2 cards and see what happens. I technically could win by doing this again. I have 4 cards to discard and I have 2 meeples. So I technically am going to be at 70 points. So we really need to see what he's going to do. The only thing he could play from his cards in his hand is a dungeon or a resin refinery. I believe those are the only 2 constructions that are pure resin and stone. So let's see how many cards he has in his hand. He has 1 card in his hand and he has 1 spot in his city and he has no meeples. So this is literally on him to try to figure out a way to squeak out a point or 2, and he can't. So he closes at 68, and I am going to play it safe, and I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to discard 2 cards, and I'm going to do it again. So I end up discarding 6 cards for 6 bonus points at the end in the journey. And I'm at 70, and I click pass. Victory. Well played. What a great, fantastic game. That was an absolute nail-biter. If you all recall, I was behind in spring and summer by a ton. I think I was going into autumn with almost, at one point, I think I had 13 points, and I was facing autumn. I started to play some cards, maybe got up to like 18. But that was an absolute incredible late game break coming from behind. And primarily what the win, I think, for this was I'm going to call out 3 cards. The school, which gives me 6 bonus points by the end for all my common critters. The castle, which gave me 5 bonus points for each of my common constructions. And getting this Evertree. 5 points base plus 6 bonus. This was an absolute incredible come from behind victory. I am so happy with it. The queen, the king, the castle, the Evertree. It was amazing. The dungeon to protect myself from any fools that were out there. Playing the fool to blue to really turn off his strategy and make him pivot. Taking the dungeon from him in the meadow, which I saw him gearing up to do. This was a really great game. I am no expert at this game, though. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any advice, if I misplayed cards, if I made mistakes, if you have any ideas for how I can get even better at this game, I am all ears. Please drop a comment in the video below. Please like and subscribe and share if you get value out of this. I love Everdell. This is one of my favorite strategy board games of all time. Tons of more content on the way for you guys. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.